Hey, yo, peace. This your man, Honorable October 9 from the Art of Thinking Out Loud. Live Common Sense Analytics. Y'all know me. It's another night. We up surfing the internet, trying to find relevant things that we can react and respond to. Well, tonight, Say Cheese Network, shout out to Say Cheese. They got Charleston White on. Now, I know a lot of people have different opinions on like Charleston White. Some people love him. Some people like him. Some people can't stand him. Other people hate him. Me, I look at it as shit. Even a broke clock is right twice a day. So nobody is wrong all the time. But Charleston is making a good damn point when it comes to this whole Trump assassination attempt. I want y'all to hear Charleston's opinion, and it kind of he's running along the same lines that I am. He asks some of the same logical questions that I would ask. But I want y'all to check this out.
The shooting, Trump, he got shot in his ear. Yeah. You think that shit was real?
We seen it was real. Do I think it was staged? Yes. I think they went and found a retarded kid and told him. I just want y'all to think about this. Remember White Boy Rick? Remember White Boy Rick said the government came and got him when he was 13 years old.
Fact.
And groomed him up to do this. And then when he was shot in the stomach. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
So, not just White Boy Rick, the guy Larry Davis out of New York said that the government was used. So, homie, it's no difference than a transgender school shooter who went inside the school and shot those kids. Remember? With Nashville somewhat, a transgender school shooting. You don't think these people got a factory somewhere where they got people like this that they can sit out to do this? You don't think they got a group of Jerry motherfucking kids that they'd have rescued in some situations and across the border? Hey, listen, we need you to do this. And make him feel honorable as if he's doing it, and tell him that.
Y'all know what? Excuse me. But, because Charleston is hilarious. But what he's saying makes a lot of sense when he's saying, you don't think that maybe they got some little disenfranchised kids that they've groomed and using them sort of in kind of a MK Ultra Manchurian type of situation, whereas you want to give these kids a sense of pride, or you want to make these kids feel important. Now these kids are like older, and you could put them in different situations and you make them feel like, man, listen, I'm gonna let Charleston break it down.
This is gonna happen only for him to end up like he ended up. I think it's staged. I don't believe a retarded kid that's been bullied can go anywhere near a presidential debate, a presidential rally.
Speak on.
With a ladder and a gun, climb on top of a building. I don't believe that. I don't believe nothing that I can see, and I don't believe nothing that I can hear.
Auto hoax. That's what I've been telling y'all for the longest. It's not up to us to prove something is real when it's being presented to us. The onus is on them to prove to us that whatever they're showing us or displaying and giving to us is actually valid and real. But what they do is they just give it to us, and because of popular consensus, because of the mass majority, if everybody else believe it, then if you don't believe it, you're looked at like something wrong with you. But I'm gonna see what Charleston say about it.
So what do you believe?
I don't believe it. I believe it's staged. Because if it's not staged, where is his mother and his father to say, oh, I don't believe Jimmy did that. God damn it. Where them people at?
Thank you. I say the same thing. Like, whenever we have a situation where it's an emergency, a national emergency, some type of big situation, a large scale event, or just a very high profile event, an attempted presidential assassination. How does little skinny ass white boy get that close to where he could get not only a gun but a ladder, a big ass assault rifle, like he was Lee Harvey Oswald somewhere? But he walked past a whole bunch of people, allegedly, and went up a ladder and got up on the roof and got in position and took multiple shots at the president and actually nicked him. And they said that a cop looked up, a cop actually saw him, because people in the crowd were saying, yo, it's somebody up there, man. We see a dude up there laying on the roof. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, whatnot. The cop went up there, looked, said the guy saw him, turned toward him. So the cop dropped down. In the time he dropped, now my question was, so what happened after that? He said in the time he dropped down is when the shots went off. But I'm saying this, anytime you have somebody, hold up, we ain't even got to talk about just the president being out in the open like that. I remember when the president came here to Cincinnati. Whenever presidents come here to like Cincinnati and they go through downtown Cincinnati, we can't just line the street and just watch the presidential, like, you know what I'm saying, cavalcade ride past all the time. At certain points, they block off 2-3 streets over at a time, because you have to make sure that the commander-in-chief of the country is well protected. And believe me, they got sharpshooters everywhere. Sharpshooters, they got people in the crowd, they got folks walking around that's ready for whatever. If shit go up, they can calm it down real quick. But you want me to believe that this white boy was able to get a ladder, a gun, all this shit in front of everybody else, perch up on a roof, sit there, take multiple shots at the president, actually nicking. Nobody in the Secret Service let off one round. Come on, that makes no sense to me. But we're going to see what Charleston say about it.
It's causing it. Where the town is he
Hold
from?
on, let's go back a little bit.
Where and his father to say, oh, I don't believe Jimmy did that. God damn it. Where them people at? Where his cousins at? Where the town is he from? Where come on, homie. If something was to happen to me, y'all gonna be saying something. Why none of his family, friends? Why ain't nobody saying nothing?
Exactly. We ain't heard nothing from no family members. We ain't heard from no friends. We haven't heard any account of people who actually know this boy, like people that grew up with, well, this young man, people that grew up with him, people that have some type of rapport with him. Nothing, no camaraderie, nothing. We ain't heard too much of nothing. They give you little BS and little things here and there, but it's nothing substantial. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but this little white guy that supposedly, allegedly, did this shooting at the president looks like an actor. I mean, I ain't just saying that because y'all know that I auto hoax 99.9% of this shit until they present further evidence. But he reminds me a lot of, he kind of looked like, do y'all remember that old movie, National Lampoon's European Vacation? Go back and watch that movie and look at the son. He looked like him back in the day. Like, it's like, I don't know, man. And then when I first saw him, and like I said, Charleston said the boy looked special needs and everything like that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna probably say, man, most of America, when they saw that photo, they was thinking along the same thing. Because I know I was like, dude, look a little special. Like maybe it's some other things going on with him that they haven't discussed. Cause like he said, we ain't heard nothing from the family. We haven't gotten any type of family background. We haven't gotten any type of like just they usually when it's okay, when something like this happens, if it were true, if it were real, if it were true, we would get a background on the person. They're going to show you before long, the person's parents, the person's family members, everything. Why? Because people know you related to this person. So it's like, not only does their life change, your life changes. Because now you looked at as you the person who related to this person that's done this heinous deed. But we ain't heard from none of these relatives. We ain't heard from no friends. We ain't heard from, like I say, no teachers, no nothing. But I'm going to let Charleston go in. I'm going to let him go in and just see what he says about things, how far he go with it.
Why ain't they showing us his mother, his house, the room? Why? Why? They did it. Hold on, homie. Think about the DC snipers. Nigga, they showed us a lot of shit about Lee Malvo and John Mohammed. Why don't they ever show us nothing about the people who supposedly do stuff like this, homie? It's like it happened and there's no history to them. There's no backstory.
Right.
They give us a backstory to everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Homie, I think they just killed the autistic kid. Yeah, homie. I wear a hat almost every day that says, I think everybody's playing.
Come on.
Homie, I think everybody playing, especially if we get to see it.
Mm-hmm. If you can see it, okay, I'll put it like this. If it happens and you can see it and you see shit that you're not supposed to see, you're ahead of the game. If you look at the same event other people are watching and they just blown away in belief of it, and you looking around like, that didn't kind of look a little like, I've gotten to the point where it's like when I see stuff happen, when I'm watching something and I'm around like peers and or just people in general, if I'm just happen to be watching something on the news or whatnot, and the conversation starts about it, listen, I'll tell you this. I'm usually quiet in the conversation. People would like probably think, oh, I know you be the first woman to jump out there to let them know that this, and that, and this is that, this shit is fake, that's wrong, that's that. Hell no, I sit back and I listen to other people's perspectives. I want to take the damn temperature of the room. Because see, the last thing that you want to do is you don't want to jump your ass out there and be the dude that's like, hey, yo, it's like this, it's like that, so-and-so, because then everybody looking at you as the tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist. And what you're saying is not going to be taken seriously. Even if you making 100% valid ass points, they ain't going to take you serious because most people are moving with the whole consensus that if you think other than the official narrative, you're a conspiracy theorist. But that's not true. They got the right two letters, you know what I'm saying, CT, but we're critical thinkers. We're not conspiracy theorists. We're critical thinkers. If you have questions about things that you watch every day, the same events that you see other people watching, and they looking at it completely different, stop being so fast to jump out there and try to correct everybody. If they don't ask you, don't say nothing. Wait till you're around those that are up to your intellectual aptitude. Wait till you have the right camaraderie, the right type of folks around you that are open-minded enough to have that discussion. Because like I told you in the last live, we fall out with folks and lose people over mere conversation. But I don't want to get lost into that. Let's go back into Charleston.
Because think about this. During the Boston Marathon bombing, they was able to go get aerial surveillance from the satellite in the sky and walked us back to where these motherfuckers dropped it back. Why won't they do this with him?
Right.
Show us where he came from. How can this retarded little boy get up and do this?
Right.
And he fired several shots. And you want me to believe that the Secret Service don't know where these bullets come from, and they all surround Trump, and ain't nobody got their gun out.
That's what I'm talking about. How the hell somebody busting at you and you got 4, 5, 6 niggas around you that are supposed to be your security? Secret Service is above security. Secret Service is supposed to get busy. You done been shot at. Ain't nobody up. All of y'all down. Ain't no, like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no weapons out aiming. Ain't nobody getting at nobody. And then it's like, afterwards, you see where they done, you know what I'm saying, knocked off the alleged shooter. But when they busting at Trump, it was too calm for me. It was way too calm for me. That was calm. Even the audience in back of them were calm. Man, listen, let me tell you something. I don't want to hear this shit about like, oh, well, you know, white people don't be moving all like this. So, nigga, white people know gunshots. Quit fucking playing. Look at when some go, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, man. Niggas be getting one-sided on shit because we only watch shit where you see club parking lots where you got us in the parking lot, and when somebody start busting, you see the reaction of folks like that. Or you might see like a club where you see a couple of them sprinkled in. Now go look at footage of a quote unquote white club and a shooting happens in a parking lot or somewhere where it's packed and crowded. Watch how they respond. Same damn way your black ass do. They get low and they move. Like anybody. If I'm standing in that crowd and I hear shots, I'm down. These niggas were still holding signs and still looking like what's going on? Like this wasn't a real event. Man, look. Y'all too gullible, bro. If you ain't seeing through this and you don't have logical questions, just think of something. Go back and watch all of that and just come up with your own questions. Look at everything. Put your own questions under this video. Let me know what you think.
Where this come from, and they all surround Trump, and ain't nobody got their gun out. Ain't nobody got their gun out, nigga. Ain't nobody got no gun. Man, I'm too foolish to believe this shit.
Right.
I don't believe. I take everybody lie.
So, what? Okay, who benefits off that then?
Donald Trump. It's almost a guaranteed win, homie.
Right.
An assassination attempt.
Chess move.
Nigga, he raised up and raised his fist in there like he a bad homie.
Yep.
Kim Jong and Donald Trump study people like him. Kim Jong used propaganda, my nigga, to make it look like he's a god.
That he said that the whole use of propaganda with Kim Jong and not just him, he does it to, like he said, make himself look like a god, but the our former president Barack Obama revised the Smith-Mundt Act, which in his revisions and in the way it's worded now, propaganda is like, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. In other words, it's not illegal nor wrong, nor is it considered unethical if your mainstream media, your government, local or national, whatever, and the other entities that are aligned with them, if they use propaganda to sway public opinion. It's done to you every day. It's done every day with just our choices in life. Things that get promoted to us, and certain things we move toward, other shit we don't deal with. Now, but they know, but the thing is, even the things that you may say you don't want is not because, in other words, your government knows how to target market. They know how to target market toward different niches. We'll use niches of people. They know what to say to the niche of niggas. They know what to say to the niche of just everybody. They know what to say to the niche of women. They know what to say to young Black women. They know what to say to young Black men. They know what to say to the church demographic. They know what to say to just whomever. And you have to think about the level of science that has to be, put into this, to where it's like you can come up with universal frequencies, messages that resonate from somebody like myself, or who looks like me and comes from the same type of places I grew up and everything, and all of that, onto people that have a completely different race and upbringing, everything. How do you come up with things that run lateral across both of us when nothing in our lives bring us together? That's a deep level of psychological, emotional, social engineering. Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, from the book Behold a Pale Horse, as well as a chapter in that book that's called The Artificial Womb, where it talks about how your mind can get conditioned before you're even born. It's like, because of the thoughts of your mother, they already have your parents leaning toward a certain life direction for you. So by the time you're born, you're already steered, you're already getting propaganda pushed towards you to push you in a certain direction. And this same propaganda your parents are pushing towards you, that they don't even know is propaganda, was taught to them through the same school system that teaches you, that taught everybody else. It's a social engineering just system that works on all of us. But let's get back to Charleston for a second. Y'all know the guy long-winded.
This was propaganda being used. Hitler used it.
Mm-hmm.
The media used it. This is propaganda to make, and he raised the fist up.
That's when I knew something was off. When he got up, because usually if that was some real shit, they wouldn't have let him stand up like that.
Man, mother hit me. The same nigga, I ain't raised no more. I'm finna look, man.
Yeah.
So nah, homie, they playing on my nigga. So nigga, that's why I wake up to play too. Listen, we're living in a time where nothing is real anymore, homie. You have to question everything you see, nigga, and doubt everything you hear.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you see it and you're not trying to see it.
Wow. You know what? Hold up. I can't even let that go. I can't even let that go without something being said. As I told y'all earlier, like he said, you can't let it go when you watching the same shit everybody else is, but you see some shit your ass ain't supposed to see, and everybody else is just straight deer eyes zombie, not seeing the same shit. Speak on it, Charleston.
If you see it and you're not trying to see it, man, they staging shit, my nigga.
Thank you.
From 9/11, all this shit is staged for us.
Everything's
and
fake.
Against us.
Auto hoax.
And if it's unfolding before our eyes on television, it's staged.
Mm-hmm.
Because the shit, nigga, it's a lot of shit they'll never let us see.
Yeah, people were mad at Forbes magazine the next day because the writer had headlined it, "Is the Trump vote more attractive to black votes now because he survived a gunshot?" And black people were offended by it. But it made a lot of sense.
You know why black?
Hold up.
Because he survived a gunshot. And black.
Hold up. I want y'all to hear what he said.
Had headlined it, "Is the Trump vote more attractive to black votes now because he survived a gunshot?" And black people were offended by it. But it made a lot of sense.
You know why black people were offended by it?
Speak on it.
It's true.
Because it's true.
Black people, and I want y'all to hear me good, white people. Black people are never offended by a lie. We've never been offended by a lie. Never. We're only offended by the truth. That's why stereotypes offend us so much, because most stereotypes are true about us. Watermelon, chicken. Now, most stereotypes are true about us. So that's why they're so offensive. So Forbes magazine wasn't wrong. This nigga got 50-something convictions and done took a bullet. Y'all ain't seen how many niggas done rallied behind him and said, shit, man. And they even went so far to say he was throwing up the black fist. They even went so far to say he was throwing up the black fist. So, homie, they know us better than we know us.
Let me run that back.
So, homie, they know us better than we know us. It's just that when we say something, they have to backtrack. It's just like when a lawyer or prosecutor is in court.
Check this out.
And they say something that they want the jury to implant in their minds. And then the judge say, hey, jury, I want you to act like you didn't hear that.
Check this out. It's just like I told you with sound. Sound is the only thing that is unapologetic. You're going to hear sound. You can't unhear it. You can't not hear it. By the time you're trying to block something out, you've already heard it. It's unapologetically going to basically have some type of resonance in you before you can move it out, or you cannot try to resonate on a frequency where it really affects you. But you can't unhear some shit, basically. But check this out.
The prosecutor know they can't act like they didn't hear that. They heard it. You're right, and I'll retract my statement. Man, I already heard it. So Forbes magazine was absolutely right. Black people have rallied around this guy since the shooting. So on the flip side of that, the Democrats are saying, man, this damn near guarantees him a win.
Now, I'm going to stop right there just because, you know, I just wanted to get the basic point out about the whole Trump situation, just to hear an opinion on it. And I thought Charleston gave a pretty good opinion on. He said what basically a lot of us think. And I just wanted to kind of, you know, respond to that add-on bill. Y'all know how we do. But this your man, Honorable October 9. It's the Art of Thinking Out Loud .live, common sense analytics. Reacting and responding to Say Cheese with Charleston White. This is like the latest one. You can check that out with my man Charleston White on it. And, you know, I'll catch y'all again on the flip side. Y'all know who it is. Cincinnati's most controversial critical thinker. And we still standing on that.